Hey guys, welcome to Fix It Now's small mower repair shop. I guess you could call that now on the channel. Today's video is going to be about my new-ish Honda HRC 216 mower and how the carburetor is just being all sorts of... Alright, so I just pulled started it. It's on choke. Just running like a dog. So now that I've got the mower nice and hot, finally started doing it. I was able to manage to mow about half the field here, half the yard, but I'll show you what it's doing now. Choke, because I need to choke to start it now. Choke it, keep it running. So I'll take you along with me here on how to swap the carb. You just pull these two air cleaner nuts off of here. This little cleaner housing will pop eventually. Probably need to clean this. It's not too bad though. So you got some retainers. You got two bolts down here. Got a little bolt down here. This little assembly has to come off real easy. I'll also say this a million times. I wasn't paid by NACO to talk about this toolkit, but I have gone to this toolkit more times than I care to admit when I have a whole toolbox full of tools above my head. This is a great kit to take out into the field with you or to your project and have everything here. I really like these because I can actually see what the sockets say on the sides. They're nicely marked. So no promotion by them really, just talking about a good set. Now these are 10 millimeter here, and I believe that's 10 millimeter here. So you got 10s all the way around. Let's get these off. So this one here is a bolt. So I'm gonna put that aside, and then these are just nuts. Interesting. Nothing appears to be in the carburetor causing any of the problems. So what I'm gonna do is shut the fuel off at the carb, but this isn't gonna solve all your problems because you gotta take off this clamp off of this fuel line, and what really helps is a pinch plier. So let me show you that in action here. So this is a hose pinch plier, and what's great about these is that when you squeeze, they hold wherever you squeezed, and then you release them to let it go. The idea of this is to get this fuel line right here and pinch it off right there so it doesn't leak fuel all over itself. So I'll pinch it right there, and that's going to hold that fuel line pinched, and then I can work that clamp off of there. So I've got the clamp moved out of the way. You can see there. Now I can take that fuel line off without it wanting to. I'll try to do this one-handed without it pulling the gas at everything here. There it goes. See how there's no gas just flowing out of this here? All right, it didn't let me do it one-handed, so I had to work it out. So this comes out of this little tiny hole here. And then this little lever, this little linkage here, if you look at it, there's a little slot at the top. This has to sort of close and then be lifted out of the top of it. So I've gotten it to the point right where it's popped off, so it just lifts straight out of that little slot. And then the last one you have is this little guy, and it's like a Z bend on it. So you could take it out of either side. Try to work it this direction. All right, it came out of that side. But you see the little Z bends in there? That's how it comes off. Let's go ahead and get this new one put on here and see if this one will run any better than the other one. I did try to adjust this one as well to save it, but it will not adjust out. So I'm going to get this linkage, these linkages connected up here. I'll give you a pro tip. Connect this linkage to this side first, then put it into this area here, and then as you slide on, it will be connected the way you want to. So do that first. Okay, so that's what your linkages should look like here on the Carb. The last thing to connect is the fuel line, and I am running these amazingly nice, cheap pinch pliers, which will save you from making your mower a mess when you're doing a swap like this. These are great. I'll throw a link down below where to get them. It's not a sponsored video. I don't even know who makes these things, but I'll put them down below because they are something to have in your toolbox when you're doing work like this, which is unfortunately becoming much more common nowadays with the gas. Even non-ethanol, I don't know what they're doing to the gas, but this is reality now. So they're really trying to get us to go electric. In my previous video, I got that ego, but I'm not giving up on this thing. I got to get it working. And if these don't work, then I will end up ordering an OEM carburetor. But I just want this to work. I just want it to work. So let's get this put back on. So this gasket, which is metallized with rubber, goes this direction. Look at the flat part at the bottom. You got a little bit of a flat area here in the carburetor. This goes on like this. Just like that. And those holes should be straight. Nothing blocking those holes. Now, I did observe this hole up here, right? It's blocking that, but this is the way it goes. Ask me how I know. I've run it both ways. So that's how it goes. Just like that. So I used, and this is just inside baseball here, I use my Knippex plier. I love these pliers. If you guys don't have a set of these are the way to go. Neil knows, old school. These are way better. I use my Knippex to grab that clamp to bring it over, okay? And then I slid it on with my pinch pliers, which is great because you can actually work the line with the pinch pliers. And then when you let go, the pinch pliers make really nice work of getting that line back on without the mess. I messed up my sticker when I first did the carb swap because gas soaked onto here. I mean, like that matters, but you know, you want these things. I mean, if you can't get them anymore, I mean, this thing's going to be, worth $1 million one day, right? So I don't know. That's just kind of a little tip there. So pinch pliers are awesome. So use them there. So this is on. Let's get the air box put on. Let's see if this thing runs any better than it did before. And if you guys are watching this at night before you're about to do this repair the next day, these are 10 millimeter. So you're going to have 10 millimeter bolts, one 10 millimeter bolt down here, two 10 millimeter nuts. And it will be the only tools you really need except for the pinch pliers and the little Knippex pliers to get that hose clamp off of it. All right, everything's put back together. You guys are going to be the first to see, it run along with me. So there's no trickery in this video. Like I said, no BS style video. So turn it on, choke on. Let's see what this thing does. Starting to have some challenges. Bit of an incline. Can't really see it on video, but let's see. All right, I'm gonna mow the rest of this and I'll give you the verdict. Yes. It did it. Perfectly fine. No problems. Not even a stumble. So 50% chance you're gonna get a good one if you buy two. I mean, that's the that's the deal. The first one you saw was falling all over itself. The second one, good to go. Now, I've had this YouTube channel for, I don't know, 15 years, more. I'll keep you guys updated. I will do a video on it when this thing finally goes, because it will be when, not if, it will be when. I will keep the bowl drained using the service bowl drain on the channel when I put it up for the winter. I will try to keep it intermittently started throughout the winter once in a while, re-drain the bowl, keep it maintained, and I will let you guys know my honest feedback as to how this Chinese carburetor performed. But it did do great. It caught all the grass nicely, not one stumble. It did the inclines well on this little mound for the septic tank. So all in all, a win. Now let me show you the part numbers and all the details and all that stuff real quick so you guys can order one. I'll also link it down below, but let me put it in the video. As you can see, I've purchased quite a few of these. Here's 3 of them here, already labeled Honda Mower. There's one back there. So the carb you guys want to buy is X0032BDHBT. That's the HIPAA carburetor. It comes with a new fuel line as well. Revive your machine with our all-in-one kit. Not a bad little kit, quite honestly. This is the first version. Here's the second one. It also comes with the new gaskets. I didn't use mine because mine got barely any time on it whatsoever. So I'll keep those and that fuel line ready for when I need to replace it. Here's another better look at this carburetor, because not a lot of YouTubers show this stuff, so why not? It's very lightweight. I have an OEM Honda carburetor here for another Honda mower that I use. This is a factory OEM Keen carburetor right here. You can see Keen. This is what comes on the Hondas. Considerably heavier than this version. So, you know, the metals they're something, I don't know what, that they're doing to them is making them heavier. You know, this is going to be a much longer lived carburetor, quote unquote, depending on the gas that ends up going through it. But these are fine. The thing about these is that they're $13, so it's cheaper for you to buy this than sit there and spend time cleaning your old one. You know, that's going to be debated. I'm sure I'll get my share of flack for that on YouTube, but it's the facts. Buy a bunch of these things and you can keep the mower hopefully going for decades. You know, that's the idea with proper maintenance. So they're $13 on Amazon versus almost $100 for this one. I will buy an OEM carburetor to ultimately replace one of these if these all just end up failing on me in the next few months. But yeah, that's about all the information you need to know on the Chinese carburetors for the Hondas. They do work. We had one failure, replaced it with another one, works fine. So again, like I talked to my local mower shop, my mower shop over here is called Al's Yard Arm. Give them a call if you're in the Tampa Bay area. But Tom was telling me that the Chinese carbs are, you know, hit or miss. You got to buy a bunch of them, try a few out and see which ones work. Generally speaking, if they run good, just like this one did in the video, right out of the box without any tuning, you're going to get a good one. If you got to finagle it to get it to run decent, Tom was telling me that usually those are the lemons. Something's wrong with them inside on the castings or the Venturis or whatever. So, yep, that's the deal. So, video about how to do a Chinese carburetor swap on a Honda mower is complete. If you like this video, if this content helps you out, got you some ideas going, please give me a like and subscribe, and I'll get you the next one. Later.